Good morning, beautiful souls. Okay, today we are going to talk about energy vampires. If you don't know what that means, I'm here to tell you. Tap on in, go ahead and take your in with the positive and out with the negative. With the positive and out with the negative. All right, we're listening to the 396, the root chakra cleansing. All right, you probably all wonder, energy vampire, is it a thing or is it human behavior? Well, they're both human behavior, but one of them starts off way more significant than the thought. It's the intention before the thought and the mindset. We're going to look into it, dive in, and talk about where energy starts and how vampires can get a hold of it and what you can do to protect yourself. Well, we know we're absolutely right when we say that intention is where the energy starts, including the healing and harmful energy. We're talking about things like energy vampires, jealousy, gossip, or confusion. What you really want to be understanding of is the spiritual manipulation that comes with the unclean energetic influence. Let's unpack and see what's going on here. What makes a person an energy vampire? An energy vampire is someone who feeds off others' emotional, mental, or spiritual energy to fill a void in themselves. This don't always mean they're consciously evil. Sometimes it's a wound or trauma that they've never healed. So they seek to control, dominate, or drain others unconsciously. We're going to go over 4 common causes. One would be jealousy and envy, wanting what another person has, not just materialistically, but their peace, their love, their favor, their light. 2, desire for control or power. Some feed off making others feel small because it gives them a false sense of importance. Unhealed trauma. They can't process their pain, so they displace it onto others, which is called projection. And that's for a whole new lesson later on. Chaos and addiction. They're used to drama and dysfunctional, unconsciously relate to everywhere they go. It just follows them like a magnet to a piece of metal. Okay, now that we went over those, we're going to go over the role of the mindset and the intention. Because we all know that magic starts with the intentions. Intention is the seed of spiritual energy. What we focus on, obsess over, or wish upon others, especially emotionally charged thoughts, carries a vibrational frequency, and those frequencies do affect people. These are the following. Gossip, for example, is a form of chaos magic. When people speak against someone behind their back, especially with passion or malice, it can create a confusion around that person spiritually, making others turn on them, misunderstand them, or feel off around them. 2, that loop of confusion. That's spiritual interference. And you're right again. God is not the author of confusion, which makes me reflect on 1 Corinthians 14:33. So if confusion is present, it's either from our flesh, an unclean spirit, or someone else's intentional manipulation. So what we're talking about here in a nutshell is spiritual warfare, which is another big, bold, printed word. It sounds really scary. When someone is sending harmful energy towards you, whether it's through jealousy, rumors, lies, or even obsessing about you negatively, it can manifest as feeling drained or unfocused, having random negative thoughts that aren't yours, feeling confused or mentally cloudy, sudden conflict in a relationship for no clear reason, dreams, visions that disturb your spirit. This is where it's essential to spiritual discernment. It becomes key right about here. You know, I've had a lot of people ask me, so is it magic or is it just human behavior? Here's the real twist. Sometimes it's both, guys. You don't have to be wearing a cloak or casting spells to engage in magic. Spiritual energy is moved by thought plus emotion plus intention. So even people who don't call themselves witches be doing magic, especially chaos magic, by speaking ill, wishing harm, or manipulating the atmosphere around someone else through gossip, fear, envy. Words are spells, emotions are fuel, repetition is ritual. One more time. Words are spells, emotion are fuel, and repetition is a ritual. Okay, Michelle, what can we do about it? Well, I, for one, reaffirm my spiritual boundaries. I pray, I meditate, I scream, I holler, I call my power back, I take my power back, lessons transmuted 3 times. I mean, you can do this, you can say whatever you want, whatever it is that you want to call back. You can call it by name or you can call it by energy. Say, like, I call back all parts of myself across time, space, and intention, cleansed and restored in divine light. I take back my energy, lessons transmuted.